What's good, Commanders family? Jayden Daniels is back. He has been medically cleared by the doctors. So it's go time for JD5. The GOAT is back. Also, the Washington Commanders opened the 21-day window for Sam Cosmi. So he's this much closer to getting back out there on the field. Last but not least, Robby chosen. We signed wide receiver Robby chosen. He is a sneaky good wide receiver. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders.
Okay, Commanders fan, before we get into this video, if you will, do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hype the video. So let's get into this video. What's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. I am your host, Dream Team Buddha. Yes, sir. The kid, the GOAT, JD5 is alive. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. That long process, that long 2 weeks that we had to wait to get our guy back is over. The wait is over. He is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That is something to be proud of. I have been smiling since Dan Quinn made the announcement not too long ago. It's good. It's good to get him back. It's real good to get him back. And I'm so grateful to get him back. But what I will say is this. I won't sit here in front like the offense was an issue, you know, as far as us losing the last week against the Atlanta Falcons. Of course, you know, we could have ran the ball a little more. We could have done a lot of things to play a little better, but the offense did what they had to do. They put up 27 points. We should have beat the Atlanta Falcons with those 27 points. But see, the issue was the defense. The defense just didn't show up. And in particular, specifically, I'm talking about the secondary. They didn't show up. They had a lot going on with them. But that's old news. We got to shift our focus onto the Chargers this week. With Jayden Daniels back, I like our chances now, okay? Because it wasn't looking too good for me. You know what I'm saying? See, it's a way that you could play defense with Jayden Daniels. And I'm not physically talking about putting him out there on the defensive side, but it's called time of possession, ball control. With Jayden Daniels on the field, we could possibly break off a couple drives for 12 to 14 plays, you know, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. We can possibly do that with Jayden Daniels out there on the field. Not saying that we couldn't do that with Mariota, but let's be real, y'all. Jayden Daniels and Mariota is, I'm just going to say that. But Mariota did what he's supposed to do, but it's just a different amount of respect you get from defenses, you know, when it comes to Jayden Daniels being behind the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing to have him back out there. And then, you know, what better news to get with Jayden Daniels being back is they opened a 21-day window for Sam Cosmi. Now, Sam Cosmi been busting his tail since he got injured in January in the playoffs to get back out there on the field. Remember, there was speculations in the offseason. Hell, around draft time, they were saying he was looking good. He was looking like he's going to be set to play come September, and he's ahead of schedule and all this other stuff. And Dan Quinn and them was getting us hyped up about the whole situation. But deep down inside, I already knew that the chances are Sam Cosmi won't be back, you know, to start the season with the Commanders. And it didn't bother me any because although Dan Quinn said that Adam Peters understood the assignment. So we went out, we traded for Laremy Tunsil, and then followed that right up by drafting Josh Conley Jr. So we added 2 new linemen to the front. And we definitely needed that because the most important thing is to protect your investment, which is Jayden Daniels. Okay? It's one of the biggest reasons why Jayden Daniels was down after that Packers game. You see how Nick Allegretti was getting beat? That pass rush of the Packers was cooking us. So now JD5 is healthy, and now we figured out we shift some things around by putting Chris Paul in play at left guard. and putting Andrew Wiley in play at right guard, now it's looking a lot better for the protection up front. So now you'll have JD5 with a little bit more protection up there. But soon, just soon, maybe the next 2 weeks or so, you will see Sam Cosmi inserted back into the lineup at right guard where he rightfully belongs. Now, I don't know what they're going to do at left guard. Okay, I don't know if they're going to replace Chris Paul with Andrew Wiley. They just might do that, but I don't see the need in doing so. But we shall see how all of that pans out, because I think Chris Paul been balling. He has been balling. Now, he took the job from Brandon Coleman, and he been holding it down since. And, you know, Mama always told me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if he's doing what he needs to be doing, and he not being a weak point for the offensive line, let him stay right there. Let him continue to get better. Man, but Chris Paul been here for about 3 years now. Okay? So let's allow him to keep continuing getting better. I know we want Brandon Coleman to be something, but maybe it's going to take some time for him to get to where he need to get. And he got time. It's only his second year. Let him continue to work. Let him earn a spot. And I love the fact that they took him out of rotation because he wasn't ready. And they put somebody in that would block. So I don't know how they're going to do the shuffle once Sam Cosmi come back, but I don't think they're going to remove Chris Paul from the left guard position. Then also, we got some more injury updates. Well, not really an injury update, but he, said the likes of Terry McLaurin and John Bates, their situation look like it's on the up. It's looking like it's on the up for them to return. However, I do not think that they will return this week. Maybe John Bates. John Bates has a good chance of playing this week. We know we're going to need John Bates because John Bates he's the best blocker at tight end in the NFL, according to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those ones that's great at blocking. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it as well. He helps in the run game. He helps in the pass blocking. He's one of them ones we definitely need him fully healthy. And he did an interview yesterday. The way he was talking, it sounded like he was very confident, as far as him getting work back into the offensive rotation, because we definitely going to need him. Now, shout out to Ben Sinnott, because Ben Sinnott had one great block last week against the Atlanta Falcons. That was great. He blocked two people on one play, and it sprung the play, for a little bit more yards. So I like what I'm seeing out of Ben Sinnott. Hopefully he can continue to, grow in that area as far as blocking. Maybe he, as far as him being a receiving tight end, maybe it's going to take a little longer for him to get it. Because when he first got drafted, I thought that he would be like the next Chris Cooley for us. You know what I'm saying? That can go out and be a good catcher and a good blocker because he got that grit, but we haven't seen it yet. But that last game, he played pretty well. And if anything, I would say it looks good. It looks, I'm proud, okay? I'm proud of Ben Sinnott and his future with the Washington Commanders. Also, we will get the full injury list today after practice. So later on we'll get that list, and once we get that list, we'll go over it. I'll come back. We'll go over the injury list real quick, and we'll move our focus to the Chargers. What they had? The San Diego Chargers? Something? They not San Diego. They ain't been San Diego in so long. L.A. Chargers. I think so. Anyway, the Chargers. So we'll move our focus to them this evening once we get the injury report. But last but not least, before I get out of here, also the Washington Commanders has signed wide receiver Robby Chosen. A lot of you all may not be familiar with him because he changed his name back in 2021. But when he came into the league, he was undrafted. Let me give you a little backstory. He's undrafted. He about 6'3", 6'4". He ran like a 4.3 when he came into the league, okay? A 4.34 or something like that. And by him being undrafted, he worked his way onto the Jets practice squad and made the team. And he was looking pretty good, you know what I'm saying? He had a lot of potential. He had a high ceiling. So it didn't work out in New York, then he went on to the Panthers, and he was looking good with the Panthers his first year, having 1,000 yards receiving. He never been a big time touchdown like TD machine type situation, but he never really been in a situation where he had a great quarterback that's gonna get him the ball like Jayden Daniels. But he went and played with the Dolphins. He went and played with the 49ers. In fact, he was with the 49ers this offseason. He signed with them in, I want to say, July. He signed with them in July, and he played with them throughout the preseason because they just needed a preseason body. But he looked damn good. Now, I know it's the preseason, and I know you're probably saying, well, it's just the preseason, so let's see what he look like against live action in the real season. That's understandable, but he's a savvy vet. I think he could bring something to this locker room. We need big body wide receivers. Now, I know he ain't big as far as strong-wise, but height-wise, he got that height. You know what I'm saying? And his slender frame never affected, you know what I'm saying, the way he played the game. So I think that he'll be a good fit for this offense if they could find a way to, bring him up to speed first and then implement him into this offense. He's definitely a deep threat. Like I said, he can go up and catch those high passes like Noah Brown, but he's much faster than Noah Brown. Noah Brown got to stay healthy and stay on the field. So I think this is a good signing for the team. I like him better than KJ Osborne. Now this is similar to the Kendrick Bourne situation that, the guy that we was about to sign, and he was choosing between the Commanders and the 49ers. He went with the 49ers because he had a better opportunity to see in the field. But little did he know that Terry McLaurin was going to go down and Noah Brown was going to go down, and then the opportunity to present itself for the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was choosing who he's going to sign with, we was full staff for real, if you think about it. But the 49ers had Brandon Ayuk, who's still down, and then they had something going on with Juan Jennings and a whole slew of others, Ricky Pearsall. It was a lot going on. So he said, you know what, I could take my talents to San Fran, and I can get a little bit more playing time. So that's where he chose to go. And Robby chose, and this didn't make the team. The 49ers didn't let him make the 53 or the practice squad. So, this is our chance. We signed him to the practice squad. Like I said, hopefully he can work his way up. Now, I'm not giving up on the young guns. I'm not giving up on Jalen Lane. I'm not giving up on Luke McCaffrey. I'm not giving up on Tay Martin. I'm not giving up on Ja'Cory Brooks. None of them kids. I ain't giving up on none of them kids. I just know it's going to take a little bit more time for their development. I like what I saw out of Jalen Lane in that Atlanta game. That one pass that could have been a touchdown if Mariota. That's why you miss Jayden Daniels. But if Mariota would have put that jump in a better position, maybe it wouldn't have been picked off. Hell, JD5 might not even made that throw. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But the threat of Jayden Daniels being able to run the ball, they would have played up a little bit more, which would have had that speed going over the top. And you'll see what I'm talking about this Sunday when we play those Chargers, because now that JD5 is back, I like our chances. I think we got a better chance, and this has got to be a statement game, because I don't think we can fall to 2-3. Technically, we can, but it wouldn't be a good look if we fall to 2-3. Okay? It wouldn't be a good look. No, the season wouldn't be over. It would not be over. But 3-2 sounds better than 2-3. Think about it. So this is a semi-must-win game, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And because we got the Bears, they on the bye week this week coming up, and they coming off a 2-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we beat them last year with the Hail Murray. The Hail Murray game from last year, we beat them at the last second. So they're looking to get their lick back, and they've been playing some good ball the last 2 weeks. They rolling all center. They got 2 weeks to watch game film on the Commanders. They know what they gave us hell last year. They got 2 weeks to prepare for us. So we must win this game. Okay? I would rather be 3-2 than 2-3. But anyway, welcome Robby Chosen to the team. I think he will be a good addition. I hope he make his way onto the 53-man roster soon. But I would rather have Terry McLaurin back and Noah Brown back. All my guys back. And it will be nice to see, hopefully, once this year, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuels, Noah Brown, Robby Chosen, all 4 of those guys in at the same time. Spread them boys out. I like to see it. Who you gonna check? Only time will tell, man. But anyway, that's gonna do it for your boy, man. Once we get this injury report, I will be back a little later, and we'll discuss the injury report, and we'll shift our focus on to the Chargers. So that's gonna do it for me. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that way I can keep you into the know with everything Commanders. Last but not least, before I go, left hand up, who are we? The Commanders. Long live my brother Rico. May you rest in peace. I love you, my boy.